Boys, step back, Mikey. The chatter of chatters today is about Ben Simmons. You know how we talking, man. We get busy. Let's get in the bag and really talk about the situation, because I was down. I was a downer on him in the beginning of the season. I said there'd be problems. You can't win with a guy who's 6'10" and doesn't really do one thing great, right? Except excels in the passing. He overdoes it there. And definitely, I still think, no matter what nobody says, he's a tremendous rebounder. And I think he could be a Tim Duncan-like player if he put his mind to it inside and be just a killer. Now, with that said, it's starting to go over the reins and overboard with what we're seeing with Ben Simmons. Yes, he was part of the problem, but not the only problem with the 76ers loss. Everyone's talking about Doc and, Joel Embiid trying to be Joel, Trey Young on the outside. And, Harris, he's consistent, but is he really that Harris that he was, back in the day with the LA Clippers? A lot of talk of the towns, and, at the end of the day, you can blame everybody. You can blame the team. But, however, you got to make moves, right? You got to make moves to change the situation and try to make it better for all parties, okay? Ben Simmons, in my mind, is still a top-tier player in the NBA, okay? After all the trash I was talking, I think it's gone too far. He's still a top-tier player. A guy at his size, with his speed, with his athleticism, is definitely a contributor on the team. It's all about where you put him at and who you put him with, all right? Teams that stand out to me as best fits for Ben Simmons, as everyone's talking about the trade reunion, right? Where's he going to go? Where can he go? For me, it's quite simple, okay? If there was a team that really lined up to what Ben Simmons wants to do and had the resources to support what Ben Simmons is supposed to do, it would be definitely the Golden State Warriors. Without a doubt, Draymond's getting older. You got James Wiseman there. People are kind of iffy on him. I don't know how he would pair with Joel Embiid. That is James Wiseman. That's probably who you have to give up for him. But Simmons there at maybe a 5 position, a small man 5, running up and down the court, leading the break, passing it to Steph on the corner, Clay. They have a lot of guys. He could do they could have like 2 Draymonds running up, right? Draymond does his thing running up, and you have Ben that would be doing his thing running up. I think that would probably be the best position for him to be in. I mentioned that because of James Wiseman. He's a good trade bait there. Now, as your boy, Mr. Embiid, plays on the outside now with all the injuries, you got to ask yourself, what's your boy, Mr. Wiseman, going to play? I think he looks like a similar ilk of player, okay? He has a similar type of motif and background, okay? So you can see Wiseman possibly moving into that realm of an outside shooter, but maybe if he pairs with Embiid, you can see him as an inside player, all right? That's the first move I would say for Mr. Ben Simmons, a.k.a. Ben, no playoffs. No offense, I had to throw that in there, all right? Now, let's get into the next trade situation that I think makes sense, okay? The next trade situation that makes sense to me, we know about the trade that just happened for Kemba Walker to the Oklahoma City Thunder. That was a big move for the Thunder because they got, they released a draft pick, I believe, a number 1 this year, at the 16th pick. However, you got Kemba Walker that could be possibly the guy that propels you to the next level. I did say they need a point guard, a true point guard. They got one, but do they keep him at that price point? And that's the question mark for that team. Do they keep Kemba Walker at that price point, or do you move him around? Now, as I say, moving him around, there is an opportunity here, right? You got Kemba there, but can you move Kemba, okay? Can you move Mr. Kemba Walker over to the 76ers for a 1-for-1 for Ben Simmons? And then Ben Simmons would be in a rebuild mode with the Thunder with some exciting talent around him. I would call them the big long team because they got guys, Baisley, Porzingis, so whatever his name is, the foreign guy was real skinny and looked like he's 7 foot, shooting a jump shot. They got a couple other point guards that can shoot the jump shot. The kid from Virginia, and then they got a couple defensive guys. I no offense, I think that's another good situation for Ben Simmons if he wants to take that. All right. Now, the last situation, one that no one's really thinking about, There's actually two more, man. There's two more. Okay? I hate to say this, all right? I love Kristaps Porzingis. I love what he brings to the table. I think this would not be a great move on the part of Mark Cuban. But if you're looking for a change of scenario, a guy that can handle for and help out Luka Doncic a little bit. I know Luka likes the ball in the hand. Could you do a Porzingis for your boy? I mean, that'll be an interesting play, right? That is an interesting play. Could you do a Kristaps Porzingis for your boy, Mr. Ben Simmons? I mean, that's interesting. That's a tough call. It's tough on everybody to really even be talking about that. But that may work for Ben Simmons, all right? A straight-up Porzingis. They both had bad postseasons. You know, you pair Porzingis with Embiid. Now you got two big, I'm going to say, two big-ass 7-foot shooting 3-point shooters trying to be, you know, shooting guards, right? You got that kind of scenario, but it's a change of pace. Maybe Doc Rivers can get them going in a different direction, all right? So I think that's the next opportunity. Now, believe it or not, there's still another opportunity that I think a lot of folks are going to be eerie of and say, man, you have no clue what you're talking about. I know it. I know it feels that way sometimes, right? The way I talk trash. But, hey, man, New York, big city of dreams. When you take a look at New York, it ain't always what it seems. You might get fooled if you come from out of town. Do the New York Knicks, a team that desperately needs shooting, take a shot at Mr. Ben Simmons, you know, playing that point forward for the squad. Interesting move, guys. I mean, to me, I think it's something that you may look to pursue. You know, Derrick Rose and all the money teams, you know, those guys are trying to get paid. Could it work out for them? Possibly, okay? It could possibly work out for this team if they made another couple moves, like a Damie Dane, all right? They're talking about C.J. McCollum, right? C.J. McCollum on the squad, right? Right? All right, C.J. McCollum, Damie Dane, right? Those are the characters. Those are your players, man. Attention and serve, right? Could that happen? Could that be a possibility for the squad? I think without a doubt it could be, okay? And that's why I put that move as possibly the next option for the Knicks. I mean, it's out of nowhere. I just can't see, you know, a rebuild team like like your boys on the Toronto, you know, the rebuild team type of teams, the low hanging fruit. I'm not sure of the Chicago Bulls situation, but what would you have to give up? A Lauri Markkanen who shoots the three well, who's a power forward who I love a lot. He's out of the rotation, but a Lauri, and a couple others maybe for Ben Simmons. I mean, that's another one there because they need some passing. But I'm still not sold on that, man. I'm still not sold on that picture. So for me, I think, you know, it's the Knicks. It's the Knicks as the next viable team because they're going after Dame. They're going after several guys to kind of fill the void. They got some money. It's an opportunity for them to rebuild and have a runner with R.J. Barrett and Randall. Still not number one option. But when you talk about true point guards, guys that make teammates around him better, plus they got guys that want to run. Embiid is not a runner. They got running centers, which is in Nerlens Noel, Mitchell Robinson. It's an interesting play for the Knicks if you get them the other pieces. You need some three-point pieces with them. You keep Bullock. You add Lillard. You have Ben at the point guard, Lillard at the two, playing around a little bit. It makes it interesting, boys. Man, my mans, I told you I'm that guy. I go deep, man. We talk about this all day. We live at basketball all day. You know it's your boy, Mikey Step Back. We talking about Ben Simmons, man. I'm going to get into the draft in a moment. Stay tuned. We're going to get busy and really, really break that down, understand what we got as far as the draft when we're looking at the next steps for the NBA and teams trying to catapult themselves to the next level. It's your boy Step Back sign off here. Once again, the Ben era looks like it's over. It's too much media, too much hype. Sixers might say F you, we keep them, but, peer pressure is got to them, and the pressure best bust pipes. It is what it is. Step back. I'm out.